Thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. This is MSG, also known as monosodium glutamate. Everyone that loves it always say that it makes everything taste better.
Niece and nephew, have you used MSG in your life? If you have job you hate, sprinkle MSG on there, you will be promoted to manager. If you get bad grade, sprinkle MSG on your exam, it will be A+++.
After Uncle Roger reviewed one of my videos, he really got me thinking, does MSG really makes everything taste better? Well, that's what we're gonna find out today. Even if we have to sacrifice our taste buds, listen to this.
So Guga, I know you're giving me a lot of foods and stuff, but like, is there a reason for like my roof of my mouth feels a little bit numb, bro?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
God, you're good.
Uh-oh? What? Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
This is I put MSG on everything and here's what happened. And we're gonna start with something very light, strawberries. We all know what it tastes like, and under some circumstances it is delicious. But hey, let's add a little bit of MSG right on top. Let's see what my cousin has to say about it.
Wow, big difference. There's not any sourness. It's a little bit extra sweet. It's extra juicy. My mouth is watering more. Big difference. This one is the winner.
That is a great start. And if you put MSG on strawberry, it's gonna be better. But now how about chicken nuggets? Believe it or not, it already has a little bit of it. These are chicken nuggets that you can find it in any McDonald's. We're just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. And let's see if it makes any difference sprinkling it on top just like this. Here's what my nephew have to say about it.
This one turned a little bit like spicy. Yeah, this one has a different flavor. That's not salt. What's going on here, Guga? What is this?
Turned out spicy, huh? It seemed like it not only enhanced the flavor, but he actually modified it a little bit. Very interesting. How about a chocolate chip cookie? These are not homemade, they're just store-bought. And if MSG can enhance this one, just imagine what it can do for the homemade version.
Oh. This cookie tastes a lot better than that cookie. I'm gonna leave that one so you could try it, Guga. That cookie tastes a lot better than that cookie. Check it out.
After trying it for myself, he is absolutely right. Not only does it taste better, but it also seems like the taste stays longer in your mouth. It is definitely a plus. Moving on to the next one, we got French fries. This is just regular plain old French fries that you find it anywhere. And I'm wondering what MSG is going to be able to do to it.
They're not too different. Maybe this one tastes like it has a little bit more salt. I will eat the one with more salt though.
Even though he prefers the one that has MSG, there's not that much difference. So if you ask me, adding MSG did nothing to these fries. But now how about something completely different? We're talking about chocolate ice cream. Is it gonna be better? Well, let's see.
Did you save all the dairy just for me? I'm gonna be thinking about you later on tonight. Okay. Has a little extra flavor of like more milky and more chocolatey at the same time. You know what? Now it's getting salty. It's weird, but it's good. You know, like salted caramel, salted chocolate ice cream.
This one is extremely interesting because not only it enhanced the flavor, he also changed it a little bit. Totally unexpected. Talking about unexpected, how about some whiskey? Yeah, why not? At the same time, I'm only adding a little bit. That should do the trick if anything.
All right, Mom. Next one.
Ooh, what is this?
Smell it.
Ah, the Guga. The Guga got my back with my Jack Daniels here. Cheers. Woo! Wow, that's a nice one. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah! Oh! Wow! That one went straight to the back. Oh! Ah, it has that taste. Whatever you put in taste, I can taste that on the back of my mouth. You know what? Actually, I think I need another one just to make sure that I got the right opinion.
Final verdict, Momo.
Original.
That's my cousin trying to get sneaky on me. The MSG did absolutely nothing to the whiskey. But now I want to try with something a little bit more complex with a lot of different elements. How about some Korean sushi? If you are unfamiliar with these, I'm going to show you how I make them. And here's my take on it. These are all the ingredients I'm going to be using. Remember, exact amount always on the description down below for you. The first thing I like to do is to start up with some scrambled eggs. I just lightly season them with a little bit of salt and freshly ground black pepper. The one important thing about making eggs this way is that you want to cook them all the way through. And that's because we're going to be adding it to the sushi, and if it's moist, everything is just going to become a big mess. As you can see, once I was done, this is what it looks like. And that is now ready. I wish I had a little bit of bread to eat with these eggs. Talking about that, how will bread taste with MSG? I got these little croissants and split one of them and add a little bit of MSG. I'm wondering if my nephew is going to be able to tell any difference. Hopefully it will make it better. Well, let's find out.
Nothing different here. I think this is the same.
Wow, no difference whatsoever with bread. But how about some Jamaican patties? I mean, yes, this one does have dough, but it also has some meat. Maybe that's what it was missing before. As you can see, I added a good amount. Let's see if my cousin can tell any difference.
They're the same. No difference, they're the same.
How can that be? Now I bet you were not expecting this from the Jamaican patty, and neither was I. Moving on to preparing our sushi, the next thing we gotta do is to prep our vegetables. And for spinach, I just blanch them on boiling water for a little bit. When I say a little bit, we're talking about 35 to 45 seconds, no more than that. To season them is very simple. Just a little bit of garlic paste and sesame oil does the trick. For a nice crunch, I like to use a little bit of carrots on this sushi. Talking about that, how will it taste with MSG? Well, let's find out.
Wow, surprising. It tastes fresher and crisper. It tastes like a better carrot. But it does leave a little residual flavor in your mouth. But I'll take this one, chop it up, put it on a salad. It's gonna be good.
Wow, MSG for the win in a carrot. But since bread and MSG did not have a good match, how about a cheeseburger? I'm talking about a good old plain cheeseburger from McDonald's. And yeah, I added quite a bit of it. Let's see if it's better.
This one has a little bit of something else going on. It tastes a little stronger. I don't know. That's all I got.
Here's where I'm making conclusions. If the food that you're tasting tastes good, it will taste better. But if it tastes bad, it's just gonna taste worse. Here, let's use this as an example. We got zucchini, and I'm talking about raw zucchini. Just sprinkle a little bit of MSG and let's see what happens. I'm telling you right now, my cousin is not a big fan.
Green stuff. Should have Angel try this.
Glad it wasn't me.
So zucchini. If anything is a little past due. Again, it changes the flavor, but in this case, it's not better. No, that goes this one stays.
There you go. Even though he said he changed the flavor a little bit, it's just not better. Talking about vegetables, this is the next one I'm going to be using for our sushi. It's called pickle radish. And if you're making Korean sushi, you gotta have it inside. It is the only ingredient that is required. And it comes fully ready, all you gotta do is chop it up. If you've never had it, it's a mix of sweet and sour. It's really good. And of course, there's no way you're going to be making sushi without rice. I've already shown how to make sushi rice on the channel before, and if you have not seen that video, make sure you check it out in the description down below. I'm going to leave a link describing how easy it is to make it. Talking about making it, homemade pizza always tastes good. But how about the cheapest one you can find? Can MSG bring this one here back to life? I mean, it looks horrendous. Well, let's find out what happens when you add MSG to a slice of pizza.
This one just tastes like it has a lot more cheese. I'm gonna say that right now. This one tastes like cheesy cardboard. Okay? I must admit I'm not a fan of cardboard.
If you made it taste like more cheese, how about we just add it to cheese itself? These are little miniature Gouda, and I'm hoping that if I add a little bit of MSG, it's gonna become fantastic. Well, let's see what happens.
Something here. More pungent, like more towards, a little bit more like towards blue cheese it tastes like. Yeah, something like that.
Which one's better?
I prefer the original one.
I bet you did not expect these results. Well, neither did I. It did not make it better. But how about good old apple? Just a tiny bit should be good enough, and let's see what happens.
Whoa. A lot of things happening here. Hold on. It's like some salt and sugar and some spices were added to the apple. That's crazy. Wow. This one is good, but it's kind of weird. I like my traditional apple.
What's going on with my MSG? Is it going downhill from here? Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Everyone already knows Raid Shadow Legends by now, but did you know it's Raid's second anniversary? Yep, it's been 2 years since Raid burst into the scene and completely took over mobile gaming. And since then, Raid only got bigger and better. Raid has been consistently releasing new content, more areas, and a ton of new champions, so there are always something new and challenging to do. For today, I thought it would be nice to cover how to defeat one of these bosses from the latest area, the Doom Tower. And for today, we are focusing on the Ice Spider. The main thing you gotta keep in mind is that if you defeat the Ice Spider without it having HP burn, she'll come back to life with up to half of her HP back. So you will need champions that can apply either block revive or HP burn, like Jotun. To celebrate Raid's anniversary, they asked me a few questions. My favorite place to play is usually when I'm waiting for something to get cooked. I also like to set my multi-battle to run overnight so I can play more during the day. If I could pick anyone in the game, I would probably be, hold on one second. Let's just say Galik, yeah? And I'm not saying that just because they're standing right here next to me. Since this month is Raid's second year anniversary, the game is absolutely packed with amazing events. They got 6 straight weeks running from March 1st all the way through the middle of April. They're even launching their first ever clan versus clan tournament to give players a chance to compete directly against another clan to see who comes out on top. And if that's not enough, they're also releasing their first champion in the brand new Shadow King faction, which I can't wait to try. If you want to get a huge head start with Raid, all you have to do is hit the link on the description down below or scan my QR code and you will get a free epic champion, Jotun, 100 silver, 50 gems, and 3 ancient shards so that you can summon more awesome champions as soon as you get in-game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. So thanks Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video, because now I gotta get back to this party right here and you guys gotta get right back to the video. How about trying some MSG with Coca-Cola? Again, I'm adding a good amount to see if there's any difference. Hopefully it's gonna make the Coke taste more cokey, if you know what I mean.
I love that. Have one of those every now and then. I don't really taste anything different. I can't taste the difference here.
Absolutely no difference whatsoever. Maybe when it gets mixed with liquid it does nothing. Just like the whiskey before, it did not do anything. But how about we try something weird? I'm talking about applesauce. Just a tiny bit is good enough.
The original is better. This one, I can tell that there's something on it, but it's missing flavor. Yeah, weird.
What in the world? It was supposed to make it better, not missing flavor. Well, that's the result. Well, now that we have all of this information, let's go ahead and finish our sushi. And for that, I'll be using crab meat. But not only that, we also need some steak. And for that, I have these 2 beautiful Wagyu steaks. Take a look at this marbling. That is what I'm talking about. You don't see the marbling? Well, let me slice it open to show you the inside a little more. Take a look at this. Now that is marbling, friends. Adding these pieces of Wagyu into the Korean sushi should take it to a whole new level. Talking about next level, I kept the seasoning very simple. A little bit of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder is good enough. And as always, make sure you season both sides and the edges. But now that we got it ready, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook them. And for that, I'm first going to be putting a beautiful sear. Then I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's done, the only thing left to do is to assemble the sushi and see if MSG can make it better. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook these beautiful steaks. So let's do it. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful surprise today, Mama. I got a present for you.
An extra surprise today?
Yes, it's an extra surprise. You tried a lot of different weird things today. Can you guess what you were trying?
Guessing you were putting something like MSG or something in
Yes, Mama, that's correct. To be specific, cha-ching! You know what's interesting? Some things work great and others just don't work.
Didn't work at all.
Yeah, so Uncle
some of them
Roger,
are
you keep
terrible.
saying that you sprinkle everything in MSG makes it better, huh?
Hey, I mean, the stuff that you're supposed to sprinkle on, it gets better.
Yes, I think what it is if the flavor is really good, it gets better. If the flavor is really bad, it just got worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Something like that.
Yeah. But some of the things were weird. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about it, everybody. I love to know. But now we got the surprise here for you, Mamazing. Something you've been asking me for a long time. You ready?
I don't know what I've been asking for.
Open it, Mama. Open it, Mama.
Korean sushi!
Yes, Mama. As a gift for Mama trying all those wild west stuff.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
Mama's
Now I'm
ready.
excited.
But here's the deal. That has no MSG, okay? But we're gonna put a little bit of MSG and find out if
course.
it's gonna be good.
I forgot where I was for a second there.
Welcome to Guga Foods, everybody.
I'm picking here which one I'm gonna put the MSG on.
Oh, you're picking which one? The smallest one?
Smallest one.
What if it's better? Huh?
Then I can put on the other ones.
Fair enough, Mamazi. Okay, let's go for it. Let's try the very first one. Cheers, everybody. Exactly what you were missing, Mama.
It's really good. I want to continue eating.
I know. For you guys that don't know, me and my mom used to be martial arts instructors for many years. And we always have this all the time together with our Korean masters. This is phenomenal, everybody. I highly recommend for picnics and other things. Now let's see if it's gonna make it better. You ready? You wanna put on the little one, Mama?
I ate the little one by accident, so that's the second smallest one.
Alright, Mama. Just a little bit.
There.
We don't want to overdo it. That's the thing, you know. If you overdo it, then it's too much, everybody. You don't want to overdo it. Just a little bit is good enough. Let's see if MSG makes sushi better. You ready?
Good.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm processing this so I can describe it for you guys.
Definitely, it makes it better 100%. It just has more flavor.
It tastes everything. When you first put it in your mouth, the sweet radish is the first one that you taste.
Yeah.
And the sweetness just comes to the front. And then after that, you start to taste all the other, the crab, the eggs, and everything else. And all the flavors, they're all coming in one at a time, but like super enhanced.
I agree 100% with you, Omozing. Definitely. This is some magical stuff, everybody. Just please don't overdo it. You know what I mean? We tried this experiment here so that you don't have to. Mama took it for the team together with Angel. He had to leave a little early today. That's why he's not here in the end of the video. By the way, oh, you put in more.
I'm putting it more, but now I put too much. So I have to,
So you're going to mix.
I have to share it over here. Share the love.
Just like everything, you do not put too much salt. If you put too much salt, it's going to be salty and completely unedible. And just put a little bit, everybody. Sprinkle a little bit of MSG and most of the things will taste good. Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to do a version 2 of what else you want us to put MSG on it, because we'll try it.
No problem at all.
All right. See you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.